Hello, fiber friends. Today is Saturday, December 13th, and this is the halfway point of Vlogmas. It's been a great ride with you guys. Making a video every day has been pretty cool. I am slowly watching engagement tick up a little bit. I want to say thank you to the people that have subscribed to the channel since I started doing Vlogmas. And overall, this has been a really great experience. And to make sure that I am creating enough to have something to talk about in a video every day has been very motivating. So this has really helped with my productivity. It's been good for my mental health, and I just really appreciate everyone who clicks on this video and chooses to watch it, and just want to be especially thankful if you click that thumbs up or the subscribe button. And don't do that until, if you've never seen me before, wait till the end. Don't subscribe because I'm asking you to. I would like you to subscribe if you are actually enjoying this content now. I have two things to talk about today. Number one, I got up early this morning to finish my make, and I decided finally to tune into the game of wool. I poked around the other day to see if there are full episodes available on YouTube. There are, so I'm able to watch it without any special subscriptions to British television. I'm not a hater. I'm gonna say that again. I'm not a hater. Because Tom Daly, you will never see this. You're famous. I'm not. But I'm kind of talking directly to you right now. Tom, I am very proud of you for wearing clothes in your first two episodes. Because as someone who follows you on Instagram, maybe porn should have been your industry and not diving, because wow, do you like to show some skin for absolutely no reason. But anyway, the episodes 1 and 2, you actually wore clothes. So good job, Tom. I'm proud of you. However, are you finger knitting your outfits? I'm not a hater, but Tom, really, what is up with what you are wearing? That thing that you wore in the first episode did not even have a front or a back. That was just two rectangles haphazardly sewn together with some dental floss maybe. And in episode 2, that sweater was so chunky, I'm pretty sure you finger knitted it. I'm gonna say that again. Finger knitting, that's what it looks like. And then I got to episode 3, the swimwear one. You had to get naked, didn't you? Now, am I gonna continue to consume your content on Instagram? Yes. Do I still find you adorable? Yes. You're actually a really great host of that show. But those makes in the first 2 episodes, hideous. Now, maybe other people are hating on my things, and that's fine. This is a place for free expression. I just kind of wanted to get that out. The contestants are lovely. Now, I love the Great British Baking Show, and in a lot of ways, this show reminds me of the baking show, where it's just some really nice hobbyists showing off their talents. Some of the talent that I've seen in that show is just incredible. Now, I am crocheting while it's just kind of on in the background and I'm more listening to it, but now and then I do look up, and I'm very impressed by not only how creative you are, but how quick you are with those 12-hour challenges. So I'm gonna watch the rest of them, and I think as more come out, I'm gonna keep watching. But Tom Daly, keep your clothes on. And those outfits you wore after episode 2, those were a little better. Now the one in the kid episode, hideous. But who am I? I'm sitting here in a hoodie and stretchy pants. I just whipped my hand so violently I knocked over the receiver to my microphone and stopped my video. That's how animated I was. Calm down. Moving on. Topic number 2 that I'm going to discuss today is I finished my make for Traveler's Wheel. Now, if you're watching these videos in order, you will see that 2 days ago I got started finally. I think it's due this Friday. I think it's about halfway through. I'm really hoping that I'm not a week behind, and it was already due yesterday. But the roulette spins for this round of Traveler's Wheel were specialty yarn for the color and musical for the theme. I had an abandoned project that met both of those qualifications, so I was very excited to get started. So today's Saturday, so I got started on Thursday, pretty much got the head done. Yesterday, I was using eyelash yarn, and that really took a long time. And then this morning, I finished up the body, I made the arms and legs, and I am gonna stop talking about it and I'm just going to show it to you. There she is. Mahamana. And again, if you don't know who this is, I will paste a link to a YouTube video to show you who this is from. This is a character from a Muppet Show sketch back when the original Muppet Show was on. So now that it's done, I have a very much a first draft of a written up pattern because I was writing it as I was going. But now that it's done, I can show you or explain to you a smarter way to put this together. All right, so the head is one piece. I started with the black yarn and then I switched to yellow and then I switched to pink, just making an elongated ball and then some quick decreases at the end because I did want the back of the head to be kind of flat. I then made the eyeballs and the horns. And to make these eyelashes stick up a little bit, so I just cut like short lengths of black yarn and pulled them through some stitches here in the eyeballs. You know, like you're crocheting, you just stick your crochet hook in there, pull through, flip it on itself. And then I trimmed them to make them somewhat the same size. And then I just pinched a little bit of Mod Podge and twisted to make them stiff. So I did get the exact effect that I wanted. These are completely embroidered eyes, but not for the intent of making this baby safe, but just because I thought this looks more like the original character. I didn't think safety eyes. I think safety eyes would have been like pupils that were too bulgy, and I wanted to have like the same texture for both the black and the white part of the eyes. After watching the sketch again, I noticed that these characters have like blue eyeshadow on. I might try that on my next iteration of making this because you know you gotta have two, right? When this girl comes to market, she's gotta have one next to her. And I would love to be able to sell them as a set to somebody who is a big Muppet fan. Now, of course, I would sell one to somebody, but I would think, I see the appeal in buying two. But anyway, as I was saying, the head, the eyeballs, and the horns. It's really easy to sew on the eyeballs because they're sticking to the top of the head, and then sewed on the horns pretty quick. I dare call this a low sew pattern, by the way. And all right, so once you have the head and the eyeballs and the horns, I did not do it this way, but I'm going to recommend doing it this way. Then do the arms and legs. And this is why, because as soon as I finished with the head and put the pieces onto the head, I got started on the body. And then I was wrapping up the body. I was like, oh, I could just crochet in the arms, but I hadn't made the arms yet. So I had to put the body aside, do the arms. So let me just show you. She has 4 fingers. And then the arms are unstuffed. I also double-stranded the head. Well, I triple-stranded the body if you're including the eyelash yarn, and then the arms and legs to make them a little floppier. This is just a single strand, and I went down half a hook size. If I try to make another one with not Dollar Tree yarn, like if I do actually make a sellable pattern, I don't know if that's like the smartest thing to, suggest Dollar Tree yarn. I'll have to try and see how it works with something a little bit better quality, but this Dollar Tree yarn is really thin, so double stranding it was the way to go. But then I do like how the arms and legs are floppier because I single stranded them. But if I were to do this in a smart order, I would make, like I said, all the stuff on the head, the arms and the legs. I put little feet. What's funny is making legs and feet for a puppet because they don't have any. But this is a plushie and not a puppet. I didn't want to make a puppet. I wanted this to be something that could sit on a shelf. It's definitely not a toy. It's too fragile. So I made the legs, then make the body. I did the body bottom up, starting with a chain and then crocheting around both sides of the chain and doing the increases. That wasn't my original plan, but then as I was doing it, that made more sense. So then I worked my way up and then realized at that point, like making it bottom up may be easier because I also was going to put poly pellets in the bottom. And then just like as far as like the assembling everything and leaving it open, making it bottom up was the way to go. And so I just started doing some decreases. I dropped the fur yarn at the ends. Like the fur yarn is mostly in the middle because I did not want it to be in the way of sewing in the lint. Well, you sew in the legs, but the eyelashes are not in the way. And then you crochet in the arms. And then as I was going to fill a stocking bag of poly pellets, I look over and I realized I had maybe 3 ounces of poly pellets. So she's filled with beads. She's heavy for what you would think, but she is also very solid and sits very nicely on a shelf without being supported. Now, I don't know if she won't fall over here and there. I think this would look really great on a shelf with a back, but she does sit unsupported. Maybe where I end up working full time, where I end up working permanently, I kind of want to have her on my desk. And it's a great thing to talk about. Like if somebody comes in, it's like, hey, what is that? Who made that? Me, you know, sorry. But anyway, make the body. The body had some decreases up at the end, and then I sewed the head onto the body. So really the only sewing was sewing on the legs, which was only, these are only 4 crochets, single crochets across. So like that only takes about a minute. The horns, the eyes, and then the head to the body. So here it is. What do you think? Do you want to be a tester? The last time I put out a tester call, it was not nearly of a nice make as this one. 0 people responded. And I'm going to be really sad if 0 people want to do this. Muhammad, do. Please tell me you want to be a tester. It shouldn't take me long. I'm going to make one more following the pattern that I wrote. And then also because, like I said, I want to have 2. And then I will make it pretty into a Canva document. Right now it's just a draft in a Google Doc, but I will make it pretty and then put out the tester call. And then hopefully people will want to test it. And I could actually have like a paid pattern on an online store. And I'm super proud of myself for that. So I want to say thank you for Tracy for kicking me in the butt to actually make this, because it's been an idea that I've had forever and I actually did it. And it only took me 3 days.